Cool, man. Well, on Trace Talk today, podcast studio, we got Mr. Steven Sutcliffe with Primus Print Company, man. Welcome on. How are you doing?
Thank you. Doing good. Glad to be here, man.
I'm excited for you to be here. Young entrepreneur. That is for sure.
Yep.
So 20, about to turn 21 in 3 days. That is like another Isaiah, like, man, three businesses. Like, dude, you guys are killing it.
It's pretty cool.
I've seen so much in like your generation, my generation, where, well, a lot of talk today is, you know, the previous generation, Gen X, or not Gen X, but like Gen Z and millennials. They don't work worth a shit, you know. And but from what I'm seeing, man, you guys are killing it. So tell me a little bit about Steven. So where did you get started in Primus Print Co.?
Man, so I've grown up with the entrepreneurial spirit, kind of. My dad is a big entrepreneur. He has a business himself. So kind of pass it down to me, my brother, my siblings, right? From the very beginning, from elementary school, selling tech decks, like the little finger skateboards, right? So I did that. Middle school, I was slinging peace teas out of my locker. And then kind of high school is when I got serious, and I got really into the gym at that point. So I started like a supplement company. We called it Primus Strength. And so to fund the pre-workout that we did, I sold shirts, right? So basically,
and that built the enterprise of getting the funding for for the supplements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason that we started my own initially was because I would sell out of like the popular sizes, large, XL, 2X, right? And everybody else in town was like 3 months out. So I'm like,
I've dealt with that myself with other places that's done products for us, where I'm asking for a simple order. Sometimes, it's like one or two, but they'll be like, oh, there's a minimum of 12.
Right.
But that 12 isn't going to get to you for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And I'm like,
that shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Like, what's the delay?
I know. And then people don't want to buy it after that long because it's not as cool anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're walking out of a gym with that much money every single day, it's like, I need my shirts, you know? But I went and worked in the industry for about 8-9 months. The owner of the last place that I worked wanted to do a partnership with me. And start like screen printing, because she was like a sales company.
Okay.
Basically what she did. And it just didn't make sense. So we kind of took the leap of faith and did it by myself.
Now, how long has Primus Print Company been going?
We're about 1.5 years old right now. So
you've already done some work for us and some other individuals that we know. I've seen some of the amazing stuff that's come out. I remember just recently whenever I handed you not a difficult order by any means, but I was just like, hey, we want, I think, what was it, like 40? No, it was like 25
hoodies.
The
hoodies, yeah.
And I think it was on like Wednesday that I requested all of that, and you had it by the following Tuesday.
Yeah.
That, I mean, just impressive.
Pretty quick.
That was an immediate turnaround. If I would have asked that from the prior place that we ended up getting stuff from, it would have been
it would have raped you on the price too.
It would have been like a stupid delay of time. So got them in time for, of course, the winter weather coming up, the hoodies and everything. We're really appreciative of that. So Steven the person, not Primus Print Co.
Yeah.
Where do you come from? Born and raised here?
Yeah. Came from my dad's balls, man.
I like the way you put it. Yeah, well, you know.
Born, raised here, Wichita, Kansas. Haven't ventured out, man. You know? No. I mean, grew up.
Where'd you go to school?
May South.
Okay.
Elementary through high school. So no college beyond that.
College is overrated.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, you're killing it and doing really well for yourself, and not even of drinking age. So, I mean, I would say that that's pretty good. What visions do you have with not only Primus Print Company, but what's your next step? Are you wanting to take it further and start developing more?
I definitely want to grow quite a bit. I think we're more leaning towards like the print on demand type of avenue, kind of more school focused, one-off focused. the small orders, the people that get left out a lot, you know. So that's what we want to kind of focus ourselves
Now,
around.
you have a store, an online store
I
too.
do. Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this.
Uh-huh.
So I love some of the designs and everything. We don't really get into too much on what's on the store, but I'll put the link on the YouTube page so that everybody can click on there and get whatever they want off of there. So it's a put it this way, it's perfect season for it.
Yeah.
So
great.
I love the shirts that you've already given to me. I've gotten so many compliments, and then also some pretty good side eye. Like,
good. That's what we want.
Yeah. Like, I know what you're looking at. I know what you're looking at. So tell me, what about as far as the marketing and the aspect of print media? Are you wanting to maybe get into something outside of shirts and outside of or like apparel?
Not overly, not marketing wise. We already do like some promotional items.
Okay.
Which I'd like to dive into more. Just make sure everybody knows that we do it as well. But shirts right now, we can turn those fast and they make good money. So
sports teams, college teams, of course, businesses, roofing industry definitely produces a lot of, material and apparel that we need because the season's changing, but we mess those shirts up so fast. What items do you have available outside of just the shirts that you're wanting to kind of focus? Because I know the shop space that you have.
Right.
I know that you probably don't want to go like full blown into like other areas and run out of space in there. Sure. So I know you want to step into it accordingly. Right.
So the nice thing is we pay monthly for access to distributors nationwide that do all sorts of different stuff. So like golf balls, pins, business cards. I mean, I could get a popcorn machine with your logo on it if I wanted to, which is kind of crazy.
That'd be legit.
Right. So really we don't have to bring them in-house per se, but I don't know. We just need to market them better. I don't push them as much because they're not right in front of my face.
Right.
So that's the hard part where it's like, if it's not there and my machine doesn't have to be running constantly, it just kind of gets put on the back burner.
Now, are you wanting to specifically stay with clientele that's local, or are you looking to maybe grow in the future to taking on more regional accounts?
Yeah. The goal is to go nationwide accounts. We have one right now that's a pretty big nationwide account, and they keep us busy. So if we get like 2 or 3 more of those, I think it'll kind of cap us out and put us where I want to be.
So at 20 years old, you have employees.
Yeah.
Is that insane to you?
It's weird, man.
I bet.
And every single one is older than me.
I wonder how weird. That's got to be a dynamic that's just.
It's a trip.
I'm your boss.
Yeah, I know. It is really weird because the one I have a lady that she does all of our embroidery work. Right, she does amazing. But I grew up with her son, so it makes it very weird.
That's got to be.
So it's kind of fun though. She has a lot of fun with it. She loves what she does, and like we'll go out to eat, and she'll be like, "Yeah, my boss is treating me to lunch," and they just look at us like we're crazy. She's like, "No way, that's Beard Kid."
So, I mean, you had the entrepreneurial spirit in you already, and it's kind of just something that's been growing. Mm-hmm. Do you want to do anything else other than Primus Print Company? What else do you have on the burner?
Man, not right now. I always have supplements that I could go back to, but I've kind of lost my passion for the gym a little bit. I don't know, just getting too busy.
Me too, man. Me too.
Right? I know. Believe it or not, I used to be like 200 pounds, lean, looking nice, man. But
me too. Like 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Then you just get busy.
Well, kids, getting busy, and once you don't know this yet, but once you get a little older, it's not that you get lazy, but you kind of like you dwindle down and you start slowing down so that you can enjoy things a little bit more.
For sure.
Because I noticed in my life, even up until I was probably 32, 33, I was just like headstrong into everything. Not only that, but it was fast lane all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of my life kind of flew by. So I learned that, you know, I do need to slow down. I need to take things a little bit better, but that's also kind of come with its own consequences of, you know, I love food and food loves me. And you know, I actually thought about it like a couple of weeks ago, whenever you did your presentation and you're talking about the supplements. I was like, I wonder if he's got something like, I wonder if he's got something to be like, this is for you guys in the 30 and 40 range where you could just like shred weight.
Yeah, here's Ozempic for you.
Yeah, the Ozempic. Man, my buddy, dude, he had a gut on him for forever, as long as I knew him. And then one day, it's been forever since I saw him. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude lost at least 8 inches around the waist. And I was just like, man, you're looking good. Like, and he is just continuing. And I asked him, he's like, Ozempic. And it's real ridiculous what that does. And yes, our country, you know, does need it, or we deal with a lot of processed food and all that good stuff. But hopefully this new administration change is going to help out with all that. And I think we're going to get into like some of the European countries the way that they are, and banning some of that stuff that's been very detrimental to our health. So, you know, maybe with that and that idea that maybe supplements might be, you know, you could go back to it.
Just like pro hormones type of thing.
Right.
I don't know. Pre-workout's very saturated. I don't even want to touch proteins. Protein powder, just the cost on it's so high. And to get into stores, like that was my big goal. I was only in one store when I had my pre-workout. I bought 300 units and I was paying 25 landed. And supplement stores would not bring it in unless they were buying it for like 13 to 15 a pop. So I found that one-off store that would get me in there and pay my ridiculous price. And I have a great relationship with the dude now. We do all of his apparel, but
that's crazy.
Right.
$25 landed, and so you were what, probably at 50, 55 to sell out the door?
Yeah, I was selling at 45.
45?
Yeah, so I wasn't even at like a
screw my
50%.
markups.
I know. It was. I was just not making money. It was the first venture that I ever did too, so it was like just kind of a gamble.
You're taking a roll at it and just seeing what works and what's gonna, you know, be profitable. But I mean, it seems like it's been paying off. There's a lot of lessons that come along with it at the same time too. So then what got you into, I know you mentioned another gentleman that kind of introduced you to BNI.
Yeah.
But as you doing so well that you are right now, what triggered you to say, I need to expand my network in BNI or just networking in general? What got you into that?
I think just being so young has been the biggest thing. It's like I don't have a bunch of contacts. So being in BNI gives me that, you know, the safety, like, you know, book of business, to have other people to rely on, ask other people questions, because fake it till you make it, man. I don't know what I'm doing, you know, to be
just getting that growth and learning from others in it. So outside of that, what you just explained as having challenges and everything, what other challenges? Has there been some with you being young, people maybe doubting you and not really taking you serious? For sure. I don't think people think it's a real print shop until they come and see our operation, because they're like, this 20-year-old kid has a manual press in his, you know, garage or something like that. But in reality, it's pretty big. Or a lot of doubt. Kids in high school, you know, thought I wasn't going to go anywhere. Kind of cool to prove them wrong. Some of my employees' parents are even like, man, when you graduate college, you need to find a real job.
And I'm like, this is a real job. I mean,
I love that.
Right?
Like, just, dude, that is awesome. I'm glad you're just killing it.
So
What advice for somebody of your generation or even younger, or maybe my generation or in between, what advice would you, that what you've learned and where you're at right now, would you share with them if they maybe have that little pitfall or whatever that's not getting them over the hump of actually pursuing their dream? Anything that you want to share that maybe can help them out?
Man, I think the biggest thing is just, I mean, follow your dreams at, whatever cost. I don't know. I hate the thought of a 9 to 5. I don't like being stuck in that trap. And if they feel the same, I mean, I'm so young that taking a risk, trying this doesn't really matter for me, right? Because if I fail and completely fall on my ass, I can go back to school if I wanted to. But I don't think it's ever too late to start what you truly want to do. I mean, I'm so much happier than I was doing pools or collecting pee or working for somebody else. So, I mean, you get a lot more freedom with it too. So,
money, freedom, just the drive to exceed more, because there's not a cap.
Right.
I mean, the cap comes from your inability to go out there and go get it.
For sure.
So what do you want? I mean, a lot of times the questions that I'd essentially ask are the things that would be on other people's minds. Like, what do you want to do when you're 40? Like, that's 20 years for you. So, like, what do you want to do when you're 40?
I don't know, man.
You still gonna be pressing shirts?
One step at a time. Hopefully not pressing shirts.
No.
I don't know. Like, this could be alive. This could be still, we could be like a 4 imprint. They could be giant. I don't know. Employees are hard. I don't know if I want to deal with them forever.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if we make it 10 years down the road and we sell. But I'm just not the person to sit around and do nothing. Like, I have to have something to do. So if I'm not doing anything, I'm just bored.
Right.
So I don't think
ADHD, man.
Yeah. I have no idea what I'll be doing, but I'm not going to be on a beach sitting there doing nothing for months at a time.
Right. In the print game and in the shirts and all of that, what's your favorite? Is there any that you're like, I want to do that one, or you maybe one that's just an operation that you still love to do out of it rather than just running the business?
Man, I love talking to people. I love selling. That's something I love doing. Inside the shop, though, I still do love screen printing. After the job is set up, because that's the most painful part of it all. I love when we get tattoo shop orders from like tattoo artists. They have really cool designs that they push through. So that always makes it fun, better than just like put Primus print on a shirt and send it through. Right. Logo shirts, we do that every day. If we get a little bit of a challenge, those are fun to do.
So with stuff that's like color, you're doing that, and you're also doing the embroidery. Yeah. So with the tattoo shops and the other shops like that has those intricate designs, that I'm assuming produces a lot of challenges at times. Is there any one that has there been a challenge where you're just like, I don't know if this is going to work, and you actually did make it work?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, a great example is a tattoo artist. We did this guy from Artist at Large. His name is Gomez.
Yeah.
He came to us with a drawing that he did on paper of this big gorilla. I'll have to show you a picture after. Probably 40 plus colors in this thing, filled with gradients. I thought we were going to be able to do it on screen. Didn't work on screen. So we've invested in technology and equipment that allows us to do, screen printing or heat transfers kind of, and heat transfers allows us to do like 1 million colors at once, or I could take a picture of you and slap it on a shirt if I wanted to. So
don't tempt me with that. I might actually have to do that.
We can. So, I mean, we've gotten a lot better overcoming challenges like that, just with investing in the shop.
I mean, that's what it's about. You're
Right.
always investing in yourself or investing in what you do, and it ends up paying itself off. So out of that time, so that was more like the negative aspect of it, or something that's been a challenge.
Right.
Out of the time of Primus Print Company, what's been one of your most admirable moments where you're just like, I see why I'm doing this. Like, I love this outside of, money. Is there been
Right.
anything where you've had a customer or client that's just been like in awe?
Yeah, we get it quite a lot when people pick up their shirts.
Especially that turnaround time,
right,
man. Like, I
exactly.
did it for you. I was like, dude,
I know.
already?
People love that, man. And that makes us feel great. I mean, compliments are amazing. Reviews are amazing. Just people being like, I'm so appreciative of you guys. Right. Those are big moments for me personally that I love. Also, like the seller's high, like actually one of the biggest ones was at the Quick Trip off over here in Park City.
Yeah.
I met up with a guy from Grasshopper Mowers.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's I saw the hats whenever
Yeah.
I came to the shop, and I was like, damn, you doing Grasshopper
So
too?
they're our national account.
Okay.
We do all 370 of their distributors nationwide. So
hats,
yeah,
shirts,
hats,
jackets,
shirts, all the promotional stuff. So
okay.
face masks. We did flashlights, but that was probably the biggest high I've ever been on. I met him at the Quick Trip over here, and he's like, Steven, I want to give you all of our stuff. It's like, this other company that will not be disclosed has been dropping the ball. So, or we could just air out their name. I don't care.
No. I don't need any cease and desist.
They know who I am.
That's all that needs to be. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. And we just...
Are they local?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is it the one that I complained about?
No, different one, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't ran into them too much.
The ones that I complained about.
Yeah. Man.
I told you from the start, man. I was like, that customer service that you provided
Right.
was just top fucking notch.
Right.
And the turnaround time was, Uriel couldn't even believe it. He was like, what? They're ready? And I was like, dude, I have them in my truck. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah, that's
he's
cool.
like, he thought I was bullshitting him. And I was like, I'll bring them to you right now.
Right.
Like, I have them, and was done because we were so accustomed to make the order. And there was times in the past 3 years, we literally forgot about the order because it was that
That's
long.
ridiculous. That's what this other company was doing too.
They get comfortable. They don't have that hustle and the drive no more. And they just think that, oh, well, we have the account or whatever. And they've been with us for this period of time.
They're not going to leave.
So,
Yeah.
Maybe as a future advice to those that are wanting to start, always take care of your customers.
For sure.
Always.
It's huge.
It's huge. It takes care of you. If you take care of them, they're going to take care of you. They're the ones writing the checks.
Exactly.
So you have to stay on top of it. Well, man, I'm stoked for just knowing you, having you as a business partner in the stuff that we do. I consider you as a friend, but to say like I'm proud of you is kind of weird even for me. It's like, dude, I just think it's dope what you're doing.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate that a ton.
Is there anything that you want to say to like people watching, or maybe friends and family that might be watching, of like where you're at right now?
Primus to the moon, man.
There you go. Promise to the moon. I like it. Well, Steven, thank you, man.
Of course.
Thanks.